When you think about money, how do you feel? Do you feel filled with anxiety or hopeful for the future? Our next guest is going to tell you why you should stop having financial anxiety and start living life. Aditi Javeri Gokhale has been leading the charge by knowing herself for many years. Now she's going to teach you how to do the same. One of the things that I loved when I spoke to you on my podcast, we talked about the campaign, Spend Your Life Living. I want to know for you, tell me what it means to spend your life living.
Spend Your Life Living, the campaign, was largely inspired by my life and my team's life. All of us on a daily basis are planning for the future.
Yes.
But it's, for me personally, it's all about the journey, not so much the destination.
Yes.
The essence of Spend Your Life Living is life is happening now. Make the most of it. Spending my life living means going to my son's recitals or going for his tennis game. It's about balancing my home, my social life, and my career, and enjoying that journey.
When we're interviewing for a job and we're anxious to say, well, actually, I really want to go to that recital, or I'm going to take 2 weeks off here, we feel afraid. And it's the same exact thing around finances too. We're making choices based in fear versus being based in truly who we are and what we want to do.
Right.
I've reached this point in my career, I can be myself. But for those who are not yet at that level, how do they incorporate a little bit more of authenticity into their lives?
For me, my career has to be directly tied to what I feel passionate about and also being myself. So I have always identified jobs where I have a good connection with my leaders, with the mission of the company and the team that surrounds me. We spend more of our waking hours at work than we do at home.
Yes. So choose wisely.
What I've realized is most people, they think more about, oh, I want to be associated with this brand, or the money is great. If you feel like you have a connection, it just gets easier to then really do well at your job. I've also been very open about who I am as a person. For women especially, talking about their family, talking about their issues at work, sometimes people don't feel that that's the appropriate thing to do. I'm a strong believer of leading by example. I talk about my family, I talk about my son and his teacher, or whatever. I'm actually asking for advice from other mothers.
You're setting an example of authenticity for those who work for you, and therefore they will lose the fear of that. What if somebody's watching this, they're like, okay, I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna say, this is what I need to be happy, and you don't have a boss like you, and you have pushback. What should you do?
My recommendation always is to keep at it.
It's not like you just say something once and then call it a day. It becomes a process of repeating what you want and how it will overall benefit the organization too, because having happier employees definitely benefits the organization.
It has always shown drives better results. Your authentic self is about who you are as a human being, what really is your essence.
What you want.
What creates happiness for you, right?
Yes. I also think, Aditi, that knowing what you want requires a certain level of confidence. Were you always confident?
Probably not. I mean, there are times when I don't feel confident. But what I have done is, if I have an opinion, I have always developed the courage to speak up and talk about it. And that's part of being that change agent. If you really believe in a certain direction for a particular project or for the company or for a strategy, you've got to speak up.
So for people who are feeling a little lost and they're not fully connected with what they want, what steps can they take?
Knowing yourself means really digging deeper and understanding what drives your personal happiness. We live in a society where we've got a lot of peer pressure. And there have been plenty of jobs where I've had people say, why didn't you go for that one? Or why didn't you take this one? And I probably should have or probably should not have, but I had listened to myself.
Because you knew yourself. You knew what would work for you.
That's right.
So it's kind of about drowning out other voices,
That's
right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a journey, right? I don't think I've figured it all out, but enjoying that journey for every single moment, I think is very critical.
One of the things that I loved about Aditi's interview was about how it was important to her to be a change agent at work. And it made total sense to me because I think Aditi is a change agent in her own life. She knows what she wants. She sets out a plan to get there based on that. Once you truly know what you want and what makes you happy, the sky's the limit.